Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020, first day of the new trading month. We are in the final hour of the trading day, my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trade. In particular, in the last few minutes. I like the last hour, but the last few minutes is when I really want to make my decisions on whether I'm getting in something or out of something. I want to wait through the whole day. I want to wait through all the price gyrations from the day traders and the algorithms, and I want to see what the large financial institutions are doing at the end of the day. They are dealing with the most money. They take the control of the pricing away from the day traders and the algorithm. That's why you see the market move so much, usually, not all the time, but usually at the end of the day, it decides to move one way or the other, and that's because the large financial institutions are in control. So thank you all for coming today. I always appreciate you making some time to visit our little live stream here, and I always look forward to seeing everyone. Thank you so much. Hope everyone is doing well. The market is doing well today. Currently, the Dow Jones is up 245 points, up 0.83%. The NASDAQ is up 160.66, up 1.32%, and the S&P is up 45 points, up 1.27%. So, listen, it's the first day of the month. I hope you had a good November. I was fortunate enough to have a really good November, but you know, the beginning of each month, I always kind of like to be contemplative and reflect a little bit back on, okay, how did I trade? What can I do better for the month? And the first day of the month, I always try to, you know, lock things in and say, okay, I'm going to work on this a little better. I'm going to follow this a little more stringently. So just something I do, just wanted to share it with you, but take a few minutes, being that it's the first day of the month, and reflect on how you need to improve for the month over last month, and do it. You know, make a commitment and do it for this month. So, all right, here's the plan for today. As usual, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them forward, going forward. I did have a couple profitable day trades today, nothing to write home about, but profitable nonetheless, and I will share those with you. After that, we are going to go through your positions. There's some really nice big movers over there that we're going to go through today, and very proud of a bunch of people. I see some real big up moves, so that's fantastic. So that will be fun to get to those. Then we're going to talk about trader psychology, the importance of trader psychology, the importance of following your plan. And getting your mind right. Right? Getting your mind right. Best way you can do that, in my opinion, position size correctly, have a well-defined plan, stick to your plan. If you find yourself not being able to stick to your plan, then you have some work to do. That's what you need to work on. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I've gone down through the results of Carmax scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a trade. First requirement, I look for a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Requirement number 2, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon strong, solid, identifiable support below me, and strong resistance and likely resistance above me. So if I'm going to risk $100, I need to be able to make at least 200 or more to the upside before I can take that trade. And then number 3, I always want to keep in mind what my account heat is, or in other words, what percentage of my account that I have at risk, how many positions do I have, how correlated they are, and then always please position size based upon the current volatility of the market. So I'm going to go down through the candidates from my watch list in Carmax scanner, and I'm going to try to narrow them down and just pick the very, very best one at the end of the day based upon the 3 requirements that I just explained. And if I find something, I will go ahead and enter it at the end of the day. Also, after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer it. If you need any clarification, I'm happy to clarify. If you'd like me to look at any stock symbols, please let me know. Happy to take a look at those. Just put them in the chat, and you can do that before the market closes, and I'll do my best to get to them. Just make sure you put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, okay? And then lastly, if you have any new entries or exits you'd like me to tell me about and you'd like me to post up on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day before you do that. So I'm done trading, pressure's off, all that kind of stuff, all right? So I'm gonna run the US legal disclaimer and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here. Let me see if I make sure I have my microphone on. Yes. I was creating some instructional videos last night, and I got through one of them that took me a long time. It was very difficult, and I realized I had the microphone off. So I had to do take two. All right, Lova74 is here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Lova, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Gary is here. Hello, Greg and Group. Hello, Gary. Nice to see you, bud. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal. Thank you, as always, for putting together your scanner and sharing it with us. Much appreciated. I appreciate it every day. I'm sure everyone else does. Frank is here. Hey, Frank, good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a nice day, sir. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg. Hello, everyone. Hello, Johnson. Tracy. Hey, Greg and the Gosseteers. Hey, Greg. Is your name Greg or Greg? It's actually Gregory, but only my mom would call me Gregory when I was in trouble. But I do spell my name Greg with 2 G's. Yeah, but good to see you, Tracy. Say hello to Paxton, if he's there with you. Hey, Steve Burns, good to see you, buddy. Steve Burns is the winner of the percentage move today. Good to see you, Steve. Thanks for coming as always. Silver finally ran. About time. Yes, and Steve got all of it too. He got all of it. So we're going to take a look at that in a second. But thanks for coming, Steve. Johan, hello, Mr. Johan. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Quad says, good afternoon, Greg and Group. Hello, Quad. Good to see you. Glad to see GILD, I think, finally jump into the profit for you. Ava is here. Hi, Ava. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day, ma'am. Yas is here. Hey, all. Hello, Yas. Good to see you, bud. All right. Wow, look at Apple on the 5-minute here. Holy smokes. If I was day trading, I would be looking right in this area if we can go under 30 and over 30. But boy, this is a pretty strong down move. Pretty strong. Anyway, I'm not going to trade this, but I just noticed this here on the chart. Well, let's get to it. Kind of a mixed day for me. A little frustrating in a bunch of different ways. Had some winners, had some losers, but DocuSign, dang it, bought DocuSign back here at 224.12. Had the crossover, and yesterday Zoom reported earnings. It looks like their sales forecast, or looks like there was some slowing, and that affected all the kind of stay-at-home type of companies like DocuSign and Zoom and so forth. It was up nicely, did hit a profit target, always grateful for that, but down 5.85% today. It's lost the 50 RSI, it has a close below the previous day's low. Earnings are coming up. I am probably just going to put this on the chopping block and take my lumps on this today, unfortunately. But I'll wait till the end of the day. But I think I'm just going to get out of DocuSign. I just don't like what this is doing. Microsoft. Okay, so I had some I'm going to show you the day trades first so I can clean up the chart. I did have a nice day trade on Microsoft, and I also have a swing position. All right, here we go. I bought Microsoft back here. We came into the value zone. We had a washout of this low. We had a V2. In addition, we had a close back above the 200-day moving average. I bought here at 213.69 when the V2 triggered above the 200. 2 bars later, it had a nice big up thrust. Where is my... I don't know why. Oh, I must have... Okay. Here we go. That was right around there. I got out at the close of that bar. So false breakout to the downside, rejection of the 200, nice move up. Moved up in my favor. I always take off 50%. Moved down. We had a close below the previous day's low, but we did not move above a 1 ATR level yet, so I did not get out. It held, and then it had a nice leg up here. Here, we rejected the 70 RSI. I sold another half of a half, so I had a quarter left, and then... Oh, that must have been it. Sorry, I was getting my trades confused. Yeah, that was it. So it was a half and a half. So it was here. I entered here at 213.69, got out at 214.19 and 215.25. So pretty good trade. All right, now, so that's the day trade. Let's move on to the swing trade. So I did buy Microsoft back here. Very similar pattern of the one I just bought intraday. False breakout to the downside, V2. I bought here at the close at 213.82. Moved up the next day, up. Profit target. Went down yesterday, but held my stop today. Up 1.11%, so pretty good. Did hit one profit target here at 116.48. So good day trade, good swing trade on Microsoft. Apple. All right, so I did have a day trade on Apple. All right, I bought Apple here. We closed below the 1 ATR channel. We came into the value zone. We came back down. I bought the V1 at the close of the bar here at 122.97. It moved up, moved up, moved up. I sold half here when it rejected the 1 ATR channel, and then I sold another half of a half here when we had to close below the low, and then this bar came back to my entry point. So that last quarter I got out at break even. So I got in at 122.97, got out at 123.08, got out at 123.19, and the last quarter position was break even. So nothing to write home about, but I'll take it. Okay, so on the daily, I did take Apple with the 1030 crossover, sorry, right here. We had the crossover. I bought it at 116.58 with the 1030 crossover. Moved up nicely, took some profits, of course, as we went up. Here, we closed below both the 10 and the 30. Unfortunately, I had to get out of half, but I kept half, which I was very glad that I kept half because it has raced up ever since. And I did hit 3 profit targets today at 120.41, 121.77, and 123.13. And it looks like Frank has a 10% runner and Gary is still in Apple from 108. So, wow, that's a huge move. But anyway, very glad. Unfortunate I have to sell here, but that's just what this was looking bad, right? I wanted to be proactive about it, but I didn't get out of the whole position, half the position, and thankfully, took some nice profits on there today. So up 2.9%. Peloton, this is another one that I was in the wrong industry today after those Zoom earnings. Johnson, Yas, Johan, Gary, Quad, and myself. I did like this. It was a 520 crossover. Triggered a fractal, went under 50, over 50. MACD went positive. All sorts of good stuff. Is down 4.47% today. It is holding the halfway, the washout bar. If we, I'm going to base this off of the 520 crossover as my trade. So if I'm going to hold it. If it closes below both the 5 and the 20, I'll get out of half. If the 5 closes below the 20, I will get out of the full position. So down 4.5% today. That's a bummer, especially on a big up day like this. But there is rotation out of these type of stocks. SPY. All right. Well, I did buy SPY yesterday at 362.06, sold it this morning at 365.60. So really nice overnight SPY trade as advertised. Yas was in this. Ramble has SPY call, so he's doing well. And Frank, perfect timing. He didn't take the little loss yesterday, but he took the gain today. So fantastic timing, Frank. So that was nice. That was nice. Of course, I'll buy that at the end of the day. USO, this is a monthly trade. I think this is the only monthly trade I've ever taken with this group. This is going to be a long trade. Each bar is a month. I bought oil USO at 30.97 yesterday with the close of the bar, which is the close of the month. Went under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. I bought it at 30.97. It's currently at 30.61. It is down 1.13% today, but you know, when you take a monthly position, your shares are so small, unless it's a huge move, it doesn't really move the needle. So I'm just going to settle into this one, see how it plays out. And you can see these are my 3 profit targets for the month. Okay. VIX. Well. I bought VIX back here under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. I bought it at 1991, went down, had a big move up, luckily took some profits, took some shares off the table, came down. I remember I hit another profit target here. It's just been down, down, down. I hit one yesterday, which I'm glad, but today, wouldn't you know it, it hit my emergency stop down here at 1703, and insult to injury, then it bounced and went positive. But I am out of this trade. You know, I wanted to get out of this trade a long time ago, but I just want to follow my plan, right? Win or lose, I just want to follow my plan. So it looks like Ramble's still in, and it looks like Quad is still in. So I don't know if they're still in or not, but I'm glad that it went positive on the day. XLV. All right, I did take XLV along with David, Johan, and Ava, and Frank. Nice return to value. V2 here, bought at 109.37. Yesterday was up a little bit. Today was up nicely. Did hit 2 profit targets here, which I'm very thankful for because it's much lower. I'll hang on to this position right now. I don't like this bar. I don't like this reversal bar where we're still above the yesterday's close, but we're below the open. But you know, that's what's nice about taking some profit targets off. It kind of takes the heat off, but we'll see. But my inclination is just to keep this one today. But it is up. Spotify. So Johnson, Brian, Johan, and I bought Spotify at 269.60 with the 1030 EMA crossover. Moved sideways, then had a big day up yesterday. I think I hit 3 profit targets. That looks like a 3 profit bar target type of bar. Is down today 1.96%. It's holding the halfway of the bar. I'm going to go ahead and just keep this. If I get a close below the previous day's low, I'll get out of half, but down 2% today. Nike. Well, I am short Nike over on the weekly. This is a weekly trade. I shorted it back on the week of 11/20. I shorted it at 133.14 up against the prior big bar down, over 70, under 70, rejection of the previous high. Then we rallied. I bought it at, like, I don't know, a 68 or 67 RSI, giving me a good risk to reward ratio. This pink line here is the 70 RSI. So therefore on Friday, if we close above that, that will be my stop, right? That will be my stop. And then I have my emergency stop way up here. So only up 35 cents today, which is good. You can see the bar closed lower than the open. So for me, being short, that's a positive thing, but I am still down on the trade. Lastly, Alibaba, we have David and Quad. They bought it under 30, over 30, under the negative third. No, sorry. Did that go under 30? No. So V2 closed back over the negative third. This has been a really nice trade here. Is up a little bit today, but so it is up on the day, and Dave and Quad are still in the money. I do have a position in this, but they are puts. I sold puts down here to 180 because of the protection of the 200-week moving average and the confluence over on the monthly of the $180 price strike, holding, having the 50-month and the 1 ATR channel above. So I'm nicely in the money on these, and we'll see whether or not we can hold the 180 by January 15th. I feel like we will, but you never know. You never really quite know. All right. Danny says, thoughts on Amazon? Hey, Danny. You know, Amazon does have a crossover today. It has a 10:30 EMA crossover, and so when we get to the potential end-of-day trades, we'll take a look at that. But yes, I am considering Amazon today because of the 10:30 EMA crossover. Jatin is here. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you, Jatin. Jatin says, exited DocuSign today at 212.50. Okay. Sounds good. Remind me at the end, Jatin, okay? David is here. Good to see you, David. Hope you're doing well, sir. Frank has a poem for us. Sweet. Let me copy this and put this in here. All right. Stay within your trading lines. Obey the Wall Street signs. Respect your stops. It's no use trading like a speeding, spinning top, because it's you, the trader, that must be your own cop. Oh, that's true. Stay within your trading lines. Obey the Wall Street signs. Respect your stops. It's no use trading like a speeding, spinning top, because it's the trader that must be your own cop. So true. You have to be your own risk manager. You have to be your own trade enforcer, right? You know, for a year, I hired a trade enforcer essentially to watch every single trade I made just to make sure that I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, 99.9% of the time, I don't need that, but we're always our own worst enemy, and we're the ones that can do damage to ourselves the most. So I actually went out and hired a cop for that exact same reason. Thank you, Frank. Excellent, excellent poem. Jatin says, Frank, sir, it's 200% correct. We should respect our stops, as that's the only thing in our control. And how many shares you buy. That's the other thing in your control. Steve says, McDonald's shoots down bipartisan $900 billion coronavirus stimulus plan as stalemate drags on. CNBC. Steve says, I will be buying gold back over the 200 SMA today. Okay, good. We will look at that. Quad says, Greg, I got out of BABA last week and it's high. I thought I had said yesterday, take me off that one. Oh, I thought I did. I thought I did. Okay. Steve says, I will buy the Amazon 1030 EMA crossover when it happens. When it happens, very close today. Yep, that's what we were just talking about. Dan says, hi, Greg, and the Gossets. Hey, Dan. Steve says, I love it. 5 stars. Frank Dave says, I got out of BABA 2 half last week and the rest yesterday. All right. Yeah, says raising cash today, becoming more cautious. Okay, let's get through everyone's position. Take a look and see what it looks like. AGQ, here we go. Steve Burns. Look at this monster trade Steve took. Rejection of the 200-day. This is triple leveraged. He bought this at $37.88. It is $42.65, up $4.73, up 12.47. Steve is back. His mojo is back. Very nice, Steve. Congratulations. I saw that this morning. I was very happy for you. I was talking to Kamal about it. What a trade. Beautiful, bud. EXAS. David and Ava bought EXAS at 116.59. It is currently 124.78. So up nicely on the day, up beautifully on the trade for both. TMO. Brian bought TMO at 448.50, up on the trade nicely, really nicely up on the day. Very nice. Kamal had a beautiful buy on Facebook at 265.90. It's 286.54, up 3.44%, and up a ton on the trade. So beautiful trade there, Kamal. PAYC, Kamal bought 381.75. It is currently 416.10. It's down just a little bit today, but beautifully up on the trade, very nicely. Johan sold half of that. DraftKings, Kamal bought DraftKings at 50.67. It's 51.07. It's down 2.5% today, but it is still slightly up on the trade for Kamal. Alibaba. Oh, that's me. I have puts down to 180. Yep. Adobe. Man, I saw this earlier in the day that it was down. I was like, dang, that's no good for Frank, but it did rally. So Frank did buy Adobe at 478.90. It's 478.12. It is down a little on the day, a little on the trade. Chewy. Yas bought Chewy at 66.42. It's now 75.50, down 2.68% today, but up on the trade. GILD, finally, GILD went into the money for quad. He bought it at 60.81 at 61.25. So up on the day, up on the trade. Shopify. Kamal's had a monster trade on Shopify. He bought it at 893 and 900. It is 1,066. So just averaging here between these two prices, up 16.08%. So way to go, Kamal. W down today. Brian bought W at 243.09. It's 245.27, down 3.59% today, and just a little over break even. ALGN Jatin, wow, bought at 441. It's 501. It's up 4% just today, and Jatin is up almost 12% on this trade. Wow, just some amazing trades from everyone. MACD, Gary sold credit, MasterCard. Gary sold credit spreads on MasterCard down to 290. It's currently 338.50. So as long as it stays above 290 before January 15th, Gary will be able to keep all the premium on the credit spreads that he sold. Beyond Meat, David bought Beyond Meat. I have him in here at 126.91. It moved nicely, did reject the 50 RSI, came down, is down a little bit today, but David's still nicely up on the trade. Low, Frank bought Low at 148.59. It is currently 153.03, so it is down today 1.8%, but it is still up on the trade. So nice going there, Frank. NVIDIA. I don't know why I have a price, but I know it was at yesterday's close. So Johan and Ava bought NVIDIA at yesterday's close. We are up 0.22% today, so up a little bit. So I assume both of them are up on the trade. AYX is Johan bought AYX on the weekly at 15.39. It's currently 15.82. So it is down on the day and down on the week, but up on the trade, looks like. The Qs, Jatin sold the Qs, or bought the Qs, excuse me, at 284.60, and Frank also did. It's currently 303.54, up 1.31% today. And let's see what this is. Up just a little over 6% on the trade. So beautiful trades. Zanga, Bob bought Zanga. He's had this one for a while. 791 at 824, down on the day, but he's up on the trade. PayPal had another nice up move. It is up 1.51%. Johan bought it here at 192.72, and it's 217.36. So what a great example of moving sideways and then trending. And then those trends will turn into moving sideways again. Then it will either trend up again or possibly trend down. But very nice trade there, Johan. And last but not least, Google. Japton bought Google at 1748. It's 1798 right here. So 50-point move. Very, very nice, everyone. Just amazing. Just amazing, great trades from everyone. Really, really, really fantastic. The main thing is I don't see any of you have losing trades that you're holding on to, and I'm so grateful for that. Okay. Frank stopped out of Adobe for a small loss. Okay, if you can, remind me at the end there, Frank. Yavar, hello everyone, good to see you. David says, I was out of Beyond Meat last week. Sorry for the late report. Okay, no problem. Remind me at the end if you can, please. What's our time here? All right. Well, listen. Steve Burns had a fantastic trade in silver today, triple leverage silver. So when Steve says something, let's listen. This is a post from Steve over on the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on Facebook. Do yourself a favor, go over there and apply. It's a great trading channel. It's really serious, good information. But let's see what Steve has to say. Big egos and big position sizing equal big losses. There is no one that knows this better than myself. Back in the 20s, I had a big ego and I had huge position sizes and I took a huge loss. Huge. So I know of what I speak when I'm reading this. Big egos plus big position sizes equal big losses. If you have a small ego and a big position size, maybe not that bad. If you have a big ego and a small position size, maybe not that bad. But a big ego and a big position size equals big losses. This is a fact. This is science right here. This is Greg science right here. What you want is to have no ego plus the correct position size based upon your maximum allowed loss and then accounting for volatility. That will equal small losses and potentially big wins. All right. So, I've riffed on this type of post before, but it's so important. If you have a big ego, you need to check that ego. You need to work on that ego. If you're trading big position sizes, you have to ask yourself why. A lot of times egos and position sizing go together, and if you have a big ego and big position size, you probably have had a big loss. So how about we go for no ego and correct position sizing equals small losses and potential big wins. So thanks, Steve Burns, appreciate that. Really good post, nice and simple, but so true. Okay. Check over here. Curious to see whether or not Apple bounced at that 30 or not. Ah, yes, I guess it did, didn't it? I guess it did. Right about there. Okay, let's take a look at some potential trades for today. We've just discussed Amazon. Amazon does backtest well with a 1030 EMA crossover. Currently, the 10 is at 3159.50. The 30 is 3161.51. So currently the 10 is not above the 30. If it's going to be close, if it moves up a little bit, it could get there. But I do like this. I like that the crossover potentially is happening here in the value zone. MACD is positive. So I will buy Amazon, but only today if the 10 closes above the 30. So it's a couple dollars away, but it's a big moving stock, so it definitely could happen. So that's on my watch list today is Amazon. Man, my charts feel a little sketchy right now. Like I hope I don't get that shutdown situation that happens. All right, here's Carmax. Now we made a lower high. We didn't wash out this low, although if you move it forward, this is a lower high, and this bar did wash out this low, and we have a nice V2. So it's a false breakout to the downside, rejection of the 50 RSI, rejection of the 50-day moving average, and a V2. Have some resistance here. Let's take a look over on the weekly. We move down. We're forming a bit of a pennant here. We broke to the downside of it, reversed back up. I kind of like it, honestly. I mean, it's a very well-defined trade. So this is a potential as well. TWOU 2U Inc. I saw this earlier. I liked it better earlier when it was up more. We had a false breakout from this low here. Earlier we had a V2 and a close back above the 200-day. MACD is positive. It's a very good risk to reward. But I want as many confluences as I can possibly get. So let's see. The close here is 33.13. So I better mark that right here, 33.13. So I would consider buying this if it forms the V2 and the close above, but right now it doesn't, it's not there. Palomar Holdings is interesting. Looks like it's an under 30, over 30 bullish engulfing bar. And a V1 under the negative third, over the negative third, which is positive. So this is definitely a potential as well. Let's look over on the weekly and see what's going on over there. Nah, not so hot tamale on the weekly though. But anyway, something worth looking at. Netflix also has a 520 crossover. Let me take a look real quick. I think we have time, right? Give me 1 second and I'll share this with you. Okay. All right, here we go. This is from etfreplay.com. I'm allowed to use this in writing by etf.com. But look, here's the 520 crossover, the exponential crossover. You can see it backed us well, 26,473%. Buy and hold 41,000, but still pretty good. Has a win rate of 43.5. And it looks like the win-loss ratio is about 3 to 1, which is good. It's valid. So we do have a 520 crossover here. We've moved above the 100 and the 50 and the 1 ATR channel. You know, I'm going to watch Amazon and I'm going to watch Netflix. Let's see if we can look over on Amazon again. 31.59 compared to 31.68. I like where we are in the value zone better on Amazon than I do Netflix. But it'll just come down to the end of the day. Give me 1 second. Okay. Avis is looking at CHW, or no, CWH. It's a nice little false breakout to the downside of V1 and looks like a fractal. Not bad. Not bad there at all, Camping World. It's a little high for me to take a V1 or a V2. I usually don't like to take them over the green line here, which is the 1 ATR channel. It's a little high. But it is a pretty nice setup. I give you that for sure. Looks good on the weekly also. Up 4% today. I mean, it could definitely run up here to this third ATR channel. You just have to ask yourself whether or not the risk to reward makes sense. OIIM. Yeah, it's a V1 UVAR, but it's a V1 without any sideways motion or anything else. It did reject the -1 ATR channel, which is good. But it's a 49.46, so it already rejected the 50 RSI. Just the way that I trade, if I get a V1 that during that day has already rejected the 50, then I skip the trade. And so if I move this up here to the high, let's see, yeah, it was above 50 at one point today, and now it's lost the 50. So if I was long for whatever reason, I'd be selling half of my position here today, not getting in a new position. Hope that makes sense. Let's take a look at some other ones. VEER, well, that's strong. I don't know if there was earnings this afternoon or earnings this morning, but it is very strong. I don't know how the 520 crossover back tests on this. I don't like this big move down here, and we're right in the halfway, right? So if we take the big move down, now we've rallied right to it and haven't got above it. Isn't that amazing? So for that reason, I would pass. DAR, I don't see anything on Darling International. Gold, all right, Steve talked about gold. I think Steve's going to buy gold today with the close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. And I would assume that his stop would be a close below the 200. IT, back in the value zone. It is valid. We made a lower high. We washed out that low in the value zone. Here's a V2, day 1, 2, 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, day 3, closing above day 1. Good place for a stop on this trade would be right about there with the close below. So it does offer a pretty good risk to reward ratio, no doubt about that. Wow, talk about sideways movement. There's some sideways movement. We know about sideways movement, right? Sideways movement leads to trends. We just don't know if it's up or down, and I don't see any indication here that it's telling me which way. There's no trigger to tell me that it's potentially moving one way or the other. ISRG. Here we make a lower high, but we did not wash out the low, so I would pass on this. NKTR, false breakout. This bar went lower than this, back over plus a V1. It's not bad. Weekly, nothing too exciting on the weekly. $16 stock though. Jobs. Triggered a fractal. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. Rejected the 1 ATR channel. Struggling with this 50-day here. Nice higher low V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. Day 2 washes out day 1, day 3. Looks like closing above day 1's close I would have to watch that 50-day moving average. If it rejected the 50-day moving average, I really wouldn't take it because it's already telling me. I mean, here it just bounced back above. Let's look at the weekly. Big down bar though. We've rallied right to the halfway. So for that reason, no. NTGR, higher low V2. Here's bar 1, 2, and 3. Bar 2 washes out bar 1, bar 3. Looks like it's closing above. Just concerned about this big bar here though. Yeah. But it's up 2.63%, so that's good. Johnson & Johnson had a nice pullback to value, sideways motion. No real trigger, big up bar here today. It looks a little chasey for me. Yeah. GILD, oh, Quad has this, still up in the money, but I don't see a reason why I'd take a new entry here. SSRM, that's a nice strong close above the 200-day moving average. Mining company, so probably involved in the metals. I just feel like it's a little chasey, in my opinion. It's just a little chasey. Where's your stock going to be? All the way back down here at the 200? And, you know, can you get from here to here twice that to the upside on this trade? It's possible. I would wait for a little bit of a pullback if I really wanted to get in this and look for a better risk to reward, get a better risk to reward level. SWKS already rejected the 50. I don't like that. Spartan Stores did trigger a fractal. Here's a high, 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. MACD is positive. Only 229,000 shares traded though. We have a big bar here. I like big up bars that come back down. Yeah, that one's okay. It's okay for sure. But my favorite are these 4 over here. Amazon. But do we have the cross? Doesn't look like we have the cross yet. Carmax. Looks pretty good. False breakout to the downside, plus the V2. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly has a 520 cross. TWOU, that one looks like it might close below the 200 now. Palomar, that's an interesting one. I'm not thrilled about the weekly though. We haven't had any support underneath us like ATRs or ATR channels or anything. All right, what's the market doing here? So it's only up 188 points now. Question is, do I want to take Netflix? I talk about correlation. What do I have already? I have Microsoft, right? I am going to get rid of DocuSign today, so this will be coming off, making some room. I already have Apple, so I have Microsoft, Apple, and if I add Netflix, I'm going to have FANG stocks basically. So looks like, for me personally, Carmax looks like the best. It's outside of tech. It gives me some diversification. PTON. Well, I have PTON. Carul. I am going to keep it. I bought it yesterday at 115.97. It is down 4.28% today. It is holding the halfway of yesterday's big up bar. MACD is still positive. Had a 520 crossover. I'm going to keep it. I'd much rather be buying it today than yesterday when I bought it, obviously. But I am keeping it. So, I'm not recommending getting in, but it definitely gives you a better risk to reward ratio here for sure. Steve is long UGL. Okay, I will update that when we're done. Looking low as short, a complex bear head and shoulders. Well, it is a bit bearish today. There's no doubt about it. It's lost the 50 RSI. Looks like we rejected close to the 50 RSI up here. Yeah, interesting. Steve says the 550-day SMA and 1030 are both close to crossovers on Amazon. Oh, that's right. We have the 550 as well. Yeah, says many housing stocks are taking it on the chin. You buying Amazon? At the moment, I am not buying Amazon because the 1030 crossover has not triggered. It's 3160. It could. I mean, I would like to get into a little retail. So if this does cross over, I will buy Amazon, but only if it crosses over. And it's getting close. It's getting close. But I do like Carmax. So what do we have? 8 minutes. So I'm getting rid of DocuSign. I'm holding Apple. I'm holding Microsoft. Holding Peloton. Buying SPY at the close. Of course, I have USO as my weekly trade. VIX is green. XLV I will hold. Spotify I will hold. My Nike short I will hold, and Baba, of course. So, all right. So those all look good. And Amazon. It's almost there. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and buy KMX right now. Okay, and then I'm going to watch Amazon for the crossover. Not there yet. Not there quite yet. So I'm just going to sit back and look, and if it crosses over, then I'll buy it. So we have 5 minutes. very close to crossing on Amazon. Very, very close. It's not there yet, though. Boy, this is going to be a photo finish on Amazon. What do we have? We have about 4 minutes. Kamal says, I'm going to buy ISRG. Okay, sounds good, bud. Apple doing nicely, Microsoft doing nicely. Oh, I'm glad DocuSign's off to lows, that's for sure. But I am going to be getting rid of that today. Okay, we have 2 minutes. All right, I'm getting rid of DocuSign. And it doesn't look like Amazon is going to do it. But maybe tomorrow. Not quite there. Still possible, though. Unlikely here. No, I don't think it's going to do it. No. All right. So Carmax was it. Oh, and the SPY. Okay, so I bought SPY at 366.02 and Carmax at 9601. And I did get rid of DocuSign here. Yeah, kind of a frustrating day today, I'll tell you. Okay, that's how it goes sometimes. So DocuSign is out of there. New SPY trade is going to be at 366.02. KMX. $96.01. All right, so those are my positions. So I got rid of DocuSign, took the loss on that, entered Carmax, still have Microsoft, still have Apple, kept PTON, entered the new SPY position there at 366.02. Have the oil position on the monthly. VIX, I got rid of VIX. XLV, good. 2 profit targets. Spotify, I'm waiting for a close below the previous day's low. Nike, my short was up, and then Alibaba was good. So if you have any new positions, new entries, or exits for me today, just let me know. Just real quick, just to remind everybody, every day I do teach private lessons in the evening time via Skype. I have a really good course. It's a 15-hour course where I teach you everything I've learned over the last 25 years of trading. If you take it, I know you're going to be a better trader. And so if you're interested, just contact me. You can send me an email. Email's in the description of the video. You can also send me a message on Twitter, and if you reply, I'll say, how's it going? Let's get a Skype call together, learn a little bit more. You can learn a little bit more about my course. I can ask you a few questions about you, but it's a good course. It's $1,000, really worth the money. So if you're interested, just reach out to me. And then if you like today's podcast, if you found it helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you leave out of here. It really helps the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could. Okay, now let me scroll right back up here. I think Steve told me UGL. All right, so Steve is long UGL at 62.36. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. This was the other trade. It's like, I know I didn't put that on there today. Okay. That was the other UGL trade. So 62.36 for Steve, based upon the 200 crossover on the GLD. Okay, DocuSign. It's Jatin. Oh, Steve took Amazon with the 550. I didn't notice the 550. Okay, good luck with that one. So let's see, Amazon. With the 550 crossover. I was watching the 1030. All right, so Steve is 32.19. 32.19.81. And that's Steve. with a 550 SMA cross. Okay. Kamal is an ISRG. Kamal and Johan. That's the power duo right there. Yeah, I like it. Oops. Sideways motion, V2. Yeah, that does look good. Yas is out of Chewy. Okay. Nice trade, Yas. Beautiful. Really nice. And out of Microsoft. Okay. And SPY. Very reluctantly. All right. Well, I've still got you there. Frank's SPY trade and out of Adobe. Okay, good. Small loss. Yas says, thanks for again, everyone. Best wishes for everyone. Thank you, Yas. Appreciate that. Gary is out of DocuSign. And in KMX. Okay. Ava is out of DocuSign as well. Yeah, that one was a bummer. That one's a bummer for all of us. Out of GILD and entered gold. Okay. And you made money on GILD. Thankfully. And enter GLD. Okay, so we'll put you in GLD. With the close over the 200. And that's Quad. Quad says, thank you, Greg, for another live stream. You are certainly welcome, buddy. Johnson is out of doc. All right. And out of spot. And you sold half? Okay. But you're out now. Plus a straddle on CX. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put that one up there because I'm not 100% sure what this one is and what symbol. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to. All right. Chatting about Netflix. Okay. The 520 crossover. 504.80. Yep, has that 520 crossover, so that looks good. Good luck on that. All right. So where did the market end up here? So up 185, so market gave back a lot there. NASDAQ up 156. What's going on in aftermarket here? Everything I see is down. Right. Chat says, thank you so much for making us better traders every day. Enjoy your day, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And you're certainly welcome. You are certainly welcome. So, weird day. Weird trading day for me today with some of the positions I have just in the wrong industry, but somewhere in the right industry, and good day trade, two good decent day trades today, so it helps. But sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're cold. You've seen all of us go into hot streaks, cold streaks, but what's most important is how you handle yourself when you're in cold streaks. In my opinion, that's the most important thing. Just don't do anything unsmart when you're in cold streaks or frustrated. It's pretty easy to be a good trader when everything is going your way, but if you start running cold, not running well, one loss after another, just keep it together, step back, even trade smaller so that you don't amplify those emotions. But how you trade when things are going poorly is really going to determine how well you do in the long run. All right, so I can take my VIX off. Okay, and I still have Quad and Ramble on VIX. Interesting, VIX was up today though, huh? Thank you, love. Appreciate that. All right, so listen, I'm just going to leave you off and just remind you to, if you can, try to go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile, a wave, hello, help them out, lend them a hand if they need it. If we would all just do that for each other, if everyone in the world did one nice thing for everyone in the world every day, the world would be a whole lot better place. It wouldn't be that hard to do. And then also, if you have an animal or if you have a pet, like a dog or a cat or anything, give them some love too. Speak some kind words to them. Take them on a walk. Brush them. Give them a pat on the bum. You know what I mean? Scratch on the nose or the head or the chin. Give them a treat. Give them a love. If we could just do one nice thing for a human every day and one nice thing for an animal every day, the world would be a better place. It really would. Okay, well, if anybody has any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am going to put on my cold weather gear and go out for a hike. Let's see. right. Well, I think that's it. So have a good rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow during the last hour of the market. Thanks for coming, everybody. Nice to see everyone. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.